Good evening and welcome to the March 23rd Town of Proctor Select Board meeting. If you'd all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That Michael is in the waiting room again.
I haven't asked him who he is, then he needs to identify him though.
I know, but I have to admit him.
I know, but you also have to identify yourself.
Could you please unmute yourself and identify yourself for the record, so otherwise I can release you from the meeting? You come up only as Michael.
Maybe he doesn't hear us. Can you ask him to?
I did.
Oh, you did it like so he can read it?
No. I just asked him.
I don't know, like maybe he can't hear us.
I don't know how to chat.
Or share your name, one of the two.
Turn it on.
It's the English spelling.
Unmute yourself.
All right, well, I'm going to start. We can review and approve the agenda, and we have some changes with the agenda.
Yep, I'd like to amend the agenda to, under 5C, the settlement agreement, to move to the end of the meeting under executive session. And then under 7, the Board of Sewer Commissioners, put Jason Booth at the top of the agenda, so he doesn't have to sit through our entire meeting. And then also add under discussion items at the end after F, funds from the harvest, timber harvest on the Florence Road.
All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. A motion will be in order to approve the March 9th Select Board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Open public comment.
None.
Okay. All right, so we'll move to Jason.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How's everybody?
Good.
Good. Thank you for having me. So, here to talk about transitioning the wastewater project from final design into construction, which we call Step 3. There are a couple of documents which I've provided to Judy. One being the Step 3 construction loan application. That gets you into this next round of funding for construction. And that document requires approval by the board. Got that here. So what this loan application does is basically The request is for the entire project cost, and it takes any prior costs and sort of rolls everything forward. So this becomes, at the end of the day, becomes your one loan. So currently you have a final design loan. That final design loan kind of moves forward into step 3, so it gets all consolidated, and at the end of the day, you have one loan through the state of Vermont SRF program. Relatively straightforward. It's similar to loan applications you've seen before for the project, but happy to answer any questions you may have.
I did reach out to Jeff today, and
Jeff is
apparently
he's
sent
out
it a
sick.
letter. Yeah, he told me that. Because I just was curious about the bids and when they were going to go out, because
Yep.
originally it was February or January, then it was February, March, and now we're into April.
So we
almost.
need to get this in
Right.
in order to kind of move to that next
Okay.
step.
Okay.
So what I've asked, so part of that next phase, this construction phase and getting it out to bid, the initial first step is to issue a disadvantaged business solicitation, and that is a requirement by the state of Vermont, actually through EPA, for notifying disadvantaged businesses in advance of the bid of the project.
Okay.
So that's the first step. So we've already initiated that, and there's a time frame before which you can advertise that this has to be out on the street for. So we've already initiated that.
Okay.
And I guess, long story short, Judy, as soon as we get things signed up here and I can get this stuff submitted, we're gonna be ready within the next couple of weeks to put this on the street.
Okay.
Oh, great.
And what's the timeline for that? What are you giving for bids as far as?
So we like to do 30 days. That's the minimum requirement for
Okay.
something like this. And we always see how the contractors respond. If we get to a point within the bid period, at or around the pre-bid meeting, which is about midway in the 30-day bid process, we'll see what the contractor's feeling is. Sometimes we have to push the bid opening a week if they need more time. Some of it depends on what the responsiveness is from vendors that they're working with to get pricing on equipment. So we'll see, but we'll start at 30 days.
Okay.
And are we in the right time cycle to be going out to bid?
That is not really a thing anymore.
Okay, good.
It
That's
is-
great
it
to
is
know.
and it isn't. So it's been a very strange 5 to 6 years
Sure.
with bidding. And at one point there was a really good right time to bid.
Yeah,
And over the past 5 to 6 years, we have seen that kind of disappear.
okay,
And it's sort of a rolling process of bidding jobs and getting jobs out on the street, and you just get everything, you get them out. This project in particular is a little bit different. I think maybe I'd have a slightly different answer if this was more of a linear project,
okay,
as opposed to a multidisciplinary project at the wastewater plant, where there can be advantages taken by the contractor working in more of a year-round time frame, as opposed to trying to capture the prime time summer months to do work.
Yeah.
So this in addition to just the bidding climate being a little bit weird, this particular project being a multidiscipline project is a little bit different than a linear project from a bidding time frame.
okay,
Yeah, so we're still in a good place, and this year we're seeing a lot of interest from contractors.
Okay,
More so
that's
than
great.
we have in the past 2 to 3 years.
Oh, that's good.
yep. Okay,
Changing climate again.
all right. Does anybody else have any questions, concerns?
Nope, I'm
See
good.
what the
So,
bids-
so one thing I do just want to point out, yeah, I'm sure you're all aware of the first phase, which was the sludge, and waiting for the state to move
Reimburse.
on that and approve and reimburse.
Right,
What has benefited, and you may not feel that right now, from waiting, is that they're going to be combining these 2 loan applications now into one. And that means that the sludge portion of the work is now eligible for 50% subsidy, which it wasn't before. So that's another sort of bonus to you, I guess. Maybe that's the prize for waiting so long, Judy. I don't know, but that's at least some good news that has come out of it.
Okay.
So eligible, we don't know that. We won't
Oh
know.
no, that will happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay,
when
because
I
you
say-
said eligible, so I'm thinking like they still have to say yay or nay.
Well, they have to approve the loans,
Sure, yeah.
which there's no question about that.
Okay,
And so when I say eligible, that means that yes, you're going to get it. That's the terminology within
Okay.
the program typically.
sure,
Yeah.
okay.
So there's a little bit of good news.
Yeah.
that's coming.
Yeah,
Feeding us a bone just to keep us there.
yeah, well, that's a pretty good bone, so.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And it's, I mean, in combination with there being less sludge to remove, now you're getting 50% back or
Yeah.
Right.
subsidy on that, so.
Okay. Anybody? Okay. Do we want to circulate that now to sign, or no?
No, I think I have it I have it in your packet, or maybe not the original though. Is this just the one that we have to sign, or the actual loan agreement that?
No, it's
Stipulation?
this one right here.
Yeah, okay, I'll print that up, well,
You can have that.
all right, yeah,
And
because I probably have the original in there, so.
yeah, the very last page is the signature point
Yeah.
for the select board members, and then I think Judy, you have to sign, and the clerk also has to sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so are we signing this evening?
yes, I would appreciate it.
Okay,
I'm just trying to find your parts, because I know I saw Celia's in mine.
I think it's the very last, second to last, or very last page.
Town treasurer, town treasurer, town treasurer, town treasurer.
so a motion would be in order to sign the loan agreement.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
These are all town treasurer and managers,
Maybe we don't.
and the auditors.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, the
Yeah,
very, very last.
very, very last
All right,
page.
I'm gonna have you sign this one, just,
Okay,
and I'll get Celia to sign it tomorrow.
okay.
The other piece is the step 3 engineering services agreement, which has been reviewed and approved by the state. So this is, just to be clear, the state, as I kind of alluded to with the loan application, they do things in phases through projects. So step 1 is preliminary engineering. You do engineering agreements and you do a loan application for step 1, then you do that all again for step 2, and then you do that all again for step 3. So they don't approve everything all at once, it's in phases.
Okay,
So as we are transitioning into step 3 now, there's a step 3 engineering services agreement to go along with construction phase. And that, Judy has a copy of that as well. And that's, all those costs are in the total project costs that we've been working with all along. They just don't get authorized until we're at that phase in time.
Right.
So it kind
So
of
it
gets,
stays the same, it's just.
it's just,
broken up into-
yes, it's just broken up into typically 3 phases.
Okay.
So that engineering services amendment, Judy, is amendment number 3. And like I said, this has been reviewed by Don Haddix at the state of Vermont, who is the engineer for them that does this review. And the engineering services agreement is within the Vermont state fee curve. So we have a fee curve that we have to stay at or under, and we're within that fee curve for this project. Just a point of, to know, that's how we
Okay.
kind of have to, we have boundaries within which we need to work.
sure.
And we're there.
Okay.
Did you have a copy of this in their packet too, Judy?
I don't know why I don't have those in there. I know I printed them all out, but.
I don't think I have anything to sign other than the
I know.
tax thing.
Yeah, so this one would typically be signed by Judy, but
Okay.
but just,
I have that one, yeah, just for my signature.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that's probably why we don't have it.
So can I start getting reimbursement from the sludge removal? Because we submitted one,
So Jeff,
I'll be invoicing.
Jeff was on a call with Tom Brown and Lynette and Ken DeSiglia from the state last week.
Okay,
And they are working on setting it up right now, even though you don't formally have loan approval.
right,
They're working on setting it up so you can get.
right, that's what I thought, yeah, the email
Yes.
exchange said, so,
Yes,
okay, all
yes.
right.
So that's
good.
that's happening.
That's you, yeah,
Yes.
all right, good.
So we think it's gonna be about a week to 10 days for them to approve the loan, if we think we're going out in a couple weeks for bids.
This right here might be a little bit longer than that.
Okay.
But, so what needs to happen is we need to get it signed and submitted to them.
Sure.
And once they accept that it's a complete application, that's when we would go.
Okay.
So we wouldn't necessarily have the final approval on it or the formal approval on the loan. And once it's submitted and in process with Tom Brown, on the finance side, and they're already working on setting up reimbursement, so it's kind of going to be done already, even though they don't have the loan application. We should be good to go.
Awesome. That'll make our treasurer happy when we get reimbursed.
I know. Yes.
All right. I don't have anything else. Anybody else?
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you, once that loan application
Yeah.
is signed, if you can send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it tomorrow, I'll
Great,
email it
and I'll
tomorrow.
get it all packaged up
Yeah.
and off to the state. For the-
Okay, perfect.
Yep, so that
All
can
right,
start the
awesome.
process.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, thanks so
Great,
much.
thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care, have a great night.
Take
You
care.
as well.
Good to see you.
You too.
All right. So everyone had an opportunity to sign the warrants. A motion is in order for the subdivision regulations as required for T1B under Act 181, and there's a letter in your packet from the Rutland Regional, and then there's a copy in your packet again of the subdivisions.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Dump days for 2026.
So we've had people start calling, so this is approved.
This is what?
Approved.
Yeah.
So,
Usually we do it in May, right, for Green Up Day?
yeah, it's in Green Up Day this year is May 2nd, so
Yeah.
it's early. So, but we talked about, I budgeted only one dump day for next year, so we're still in last year's fiscal year, so we could still do the May one. But then we'll probably decide if we're gonna do, if that's the only one we're gonna do this year or not, so.
Okay, so right now we're selecting Saturday, May 2nd. And then just to run it the same way we have with the,
Yeah, I gotta make sure, I'm not positive with the solid waste district now, what's going on with them, because he used to always secure dates for me, so.
oh, I thought they said that they had sent those out already, hazardous waste days.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I
He
thought,
always reached out to me, nobody's reached out to me from there.
I thought, someone had sent out the calendar. So, all right,
I
well,
can check with her.
I mean, if it isn't, I don't know, it just seems easier to do it on Green Up Day
Right, even though people will complain.
if we don't have hazardous waste.
No, if we do it on Green Up Day.
Oh. Why is
People have
that?
always complained that when it was on Green Up Day, I don't know why, certain people have.
Oh, well, it just makes more sense because we have the containers down there and then you people with Green Up Day leave their bags at designated areas so the guys can pick
Right.
them up and just,
Right,
so doesn't seem like it's that much of a,
right.
addition for them.
Yep, I wanna check though, cause I gotta make sure they're available for May 2nd, so.
The
Cause
guys?
last year, remember, we ran into issues, so.
Okay, so we'll say that tentatively
Yep.
and then at, the next meeting, we'll approve the date.
Yep,
And we'll know about hazardous waste.
well, we can approve it dependent on if they make sure I have coverage down there.
Well, if we're gonna wait, we might as well just wait and do it all in one fatal swoop and see about hazardous waste. is all.
Okay, all right,
All right, so because if hazardous waste isn't going to be there,
Right,
it makes it a little more difficult, so. And then, maybe in, next meeting, we could just have a printout again of, so we can share how we do it. It's like you come get the
the ticket,
ticket.
right,
If you do a second one, it's $20.
right.
And that way we can also, finalize the hours also.
Right.
So, okay. Sounds good. Annual financial plan for the town highways. That should be in your packet.
Yes. And that I just need to sign that and get approval.
So, motion would be in order to authorize the town manager to sign.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Actually, I'm
opposed?
gonna have you guys sign it.
Motion passes
Your
unanimously.
signatures on it, too.
Huh?
Your signatures as well.
Okay. We're all signing it?
Yep.
All right. Authorize the board and town manager. And this is how much money we're getting from them?
This is the, well, no, we're not getting the 500,000. This is basically just showing what's, oh, you're talking about like class 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what the state gives us, right?
right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't really have any class 2 paving projects.
All right, and the
Class
bottom
three.
are the expenditures of what it costs for this winter?
Yes, winter maintenance,
Yeah.
and then the non-winter, which would be.
Or the winter that we're still in?
Bruce? No, it's, yeah, because it's for it's next fiscal year, 27, so it's estimated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruce?
Oh, it begins 26, gotcha. Okay. All right, there's that.
Thank you very much.
Also, in your packet is the, letter back from the, property valuation that explained, if you remember, a while back, we sent a letter about, Green Mountain and the evaluation of that based on the appraiser's recommendation, and they did find that there was an error. Right?
Yep.
And they
And they corrected
have adjusted that, and that adjusted our, what do I wanna say? CLA, that's the, those are the letters I was looking for, yeah.
And Lisa Wright did say that this is good news for our tax rate, so.
Yeah.
That they adjusted this. That we're actually getting credit on our tax rate calculation for the assessed value of the Green Mountain Power Hydro Dam.
So,
I need your.
a motion would be in order to authorize the chair to sign, or, yeah,
Yeah.
So move.
second,
Second?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Yeah, they scheduled a hearing for May 11th, and then they wanted this back in 10 days. We didn't get it till March, they sent it March 4th, they addressed it March 4th, we got it March 16th. So they said as long as we get it to them by the end of the month, they're okay.
All right, and there, oh, am I signing this one?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
All right. All right. Motion would be in order to go into the Board of Water Commissioners at 6:24.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
So I think the last meeting I mentioned that we were trying to file the waiver for monitoring the water system. So we don't have to test it continuously. And in order to do that, we had to have our source protection plan updated before they would even accept that application. So we went through all that. I updated a lot of the property listings, worked with the company that did it before it. So we revised all of that and Rob uploaded it and filed it. And then he also filed the waiver application, so. we're
So it's
good.
been filed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And do we have that delinquent list in here?
Yep, you should.
I do not.
Oh, it's different. It looks like the warrants.
Looks like
That-
the warrants.
That's why I thought I didn't.
Oh,
You do.
Usually it's like landscape and it's 3 different things, so, okay.
oh, that's probably the one I create. This is pulled off the system.
Yeah. So I didn't pay any attention. I just thought this was, part of the warrants, okay.
Just curious, on 32 Pleasant Street, Gretchen Crawley, she passed away, correct?
Yes.
So is that like the estate of Gretchen, or?
I believe the house is still in her name and her
Yeah.
son lives there. It's supposed to be put on the market.
It has to be whatever's listed here is whatever's listed as the property owner, so. They've obviously haven't changed it over if there was something to change over, but. So, the one that the, account number is 1000008.
Yes.
Is that one that has, a curb stop issue?
No, it has a curb stop.
Okay,
And they had an agreement. Some of these have agreements,
okay.
but as of now, I mean, I'm guessing from like, say, November till now, a lot of them haven't kept up with it.
Okay, so
Some have though.
I would list that as number 1 on the list.
Yeah.
And I would put, the one at the top is number 2.
Unless they
Does
have,
that one have a curb stop issue?
I don't believe so, but
Okay.
they also have an agreement. They might have an agreement.
What could the agreement be?
It was probably around like 150, 200 a month.
They'll never catch up.
Oh, I know some of them won't unless they pay a lump sum on it. But again, it's a bad time right now because I can't, until like, when, I can look back on all the agreements to see when they last paid and then say, okay, they haven't paid since November, December, then
Okay.
it's
So
automatic.
at the next meeting, can we have a list of the top 5 that, don't have agreements or have broken agreements?
Okay, well, 040015 is definitely one of those. And 520050. Both of those have no agreements.
All right, what is the other one, the first one?
Right next to each, 040015, down the bottom, and 520050. Kane Street, West Street.
Okay,
But when you look at the top 5 on this list, they account for 51% of the delinquency rate.
Right.
Those top 5.
Right,
And if you take the next 5, you take the top 10, they account for 70% of the
Right.
delinquency. So if we could nail those top 10,
well, those
But-
two are supposed to be tax sales, so.
the 520038? The
No,
West Street one?
520015
Oh,
and 520050.
oh, okay.
Those are
Sure.
supposed to be tax sales.
Okay,
381 that Lisa just mentioned, that one's in the top 5.
yeah. And there's no way that there's an agreement there.
Which one is this?
This one, on West Street.
Oh, that one, that's also up for tax sale.
Okay. Okay. And what about the one underneath it?
That one, we thought that was being auctioned off, but that one did have an agreement. But I don't think they're there even anymore.
I mean, and the two next to each other, 1.5 and 5.0, aren't those already shut off too? Aren't those shut off?
1, 5, 5.
The-
Yes, they're both
Okay,
there.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the exception of those, I think that at the next meeting, if we could have the top 5 that don't have a curb stop issue,
Yeah.
that don't have and do not have a current agreement, that they haven't broken, then those should be the top 5 that we start, because some of these are getting to a place, and I know you have to offer some of them. You have to offer them, I understand, an agreement.
Right.
They have to be more realistic agreements, and I know a lot of these you didn't enter into the agreements with, but when they're up into, 2s and 3s, $150 a month, and staying current is never gonna happen.
Right.
And I think, the one on High Street's supposed to be auctioned off too, or going to the bank.
Yes, that somebody was in here today on
But
that.
I thought that was a stipulation of the agreement was you had to pay the delinquent amount plus the current amount.
They're
within
supposed to.
The 1 year.
You do. And all these agreements that I made do that.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
a lot of the agreements were made with people prior to her, and she still has to honor those agreements.
Okay. That's where we're coming up with the
Yeah,
150 never being able to
Yeah,
catch
and
it.
and I stress to them that they have to keep current, and they just keep paying on it, and it's like, until the delinquent amount's paid up, you're always gonna have more than what your thing shows, because you're gonna have interest on it, and it's,
well, and you're paying
Never gonna go
interest on
away.
it, on a big amount of money.
right.
So, but I think top 5 like that, and then, the other ones that are gonna be,
So the top 5 will only get letters, they're not gonna be shut off. If
You
they don't
have
have,
to s-
if they don't have agreements, they have to get a letter first. Like
Right.
if these are new, like if these are new charges, which they probably won't be, because most of them, if they're,
these
if,
people have all been on the list repeatedly.
right, so they all probably have agreements. Like I
So-
know some of these do, like I know 040020 and 040022 have agreements.
But,
Yeah, but I mean, once again, that's an agreement they're current with, because they broke agreements before, and then we.
Oh, I know.
And then they got new
I
agreements.
know, well, some of those are the curb stop issues.
Well, and I guess that's the other thing, then we need to have a list exactly what the curb stop issues are too, because I think that if we're going to harvest up in Chittenden, that some of those funds then have to be allocated to cleaning up curb stop issues, because it's absolute horseradish, in my opinion, that people get away with not paying their bill and we don't shut them off because we have an infrastructure issue that we haven't taken care of.
Right. So the top 5 with no curb stop issue and broken agreements would be the ones shut off.
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah.
the first one,
Huh?
you sure, the first one?
No, I said the top 5 that have no curb stop issue and broken agreements are shut off.
She's
That's a
gonna
different-
she's gonna come back with those.
That's a different
Yeah,
than
that's right.
ones who never had an agreement.
Yeah,
But I'm guessing almost all these people have agreements.
I don't see any new names on here.
And that won't include the ones that are up for tax sale, that list that you're gonna compile.
I won't put them on
Okay.
there.
No,
Or what I'll do is I'll do a spreadsheet that lists all the ones that have broken agreements
Yep,
and the
Type.
top tier.
Yeah.
Which will probably be out this list. And those will be shut off first. And then the next ones are high balances, never got a letter, so they'll have to get the warning first.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then a list of those that have high in agreement or no agreement, but are being tax sale.
okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see,
Or you said there may be some that are gonna be foreclosed,
There's
Yeah.
yeah,
you know, if they're probably.
yeah. And I'll put down, like, one said, oh, we're putting it on the market. Another one on South Street Extension is abandoned. They just walked away from it.
yeah,
So that's gonna be, that could be a tax sale, whether it's water, or, you know, sewer.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have, I don't think they have sewer there. They're water.
no, just water.
So,
Yeah, and then I think we've, you know,
yeah, Mary just pulled this list, so she pulls it off to show me exactly what is owed and what
Sure.
hasn't been paid, so.
Yeah.
I have to create manually a spreadsheet.
no, and that makes sense, I get that, but, I mean, it's a big number, and,
It's actually a third of what it used to be, so.
Yes.
yeah, but some of them, the problem is they're habitual.
Oh, I know that, but we come in with 150,000 and now they only owe 60, I mean, that's
Yeah.
work in progress, that's, I think, pretty darn good.
Well, a lot of houses sold too that were on the market and it got cleaned up too, so, but it is good. But I mean, still, I do think that we have a responsibility to hold people accountable. I mean, that, it's a service that they're receiving. So you don't go to the grocery store and get a steak and then pay for it over 6 months, so.
You do nowadays.
That's the only way you can bring one home.
You're eating steak? Okay, I got a question on your spreadsheet. Can you, like we were talking about, who has a curb stop, who doesn't have a curb stop, can you symbolize, is it easy to put a symbol in there, like an asterisk for
I could just put a heading curb stop,
an agreement?
yes or no.
Yeah, that would.
Oh, that's all right, I didn't know if it was just added information, or if you
Yeah, I
just
can do that.
wanna code it.
I just gotta find out, we'd have to go through them all.
Yeah, and I think that's good for, and that's good for planning for the DPW guys, for us to know, so do we have 8 people or 10 people that have curb stop issues? And then, you know, once we have that, then the next kind of, dig down is, are the curb stop issues we can fix, or the curb stop
Right,
issues
yeah.
that we've got
They're
our,
costly.
yeah. But that's why we harvest in Chittenden, and that money goes into water, so. Okay, anything else? Good with that? We'll get that report next month. All right, do we need to go into sewer then for anything, since we already did Jason at the top?
No,
Well,
Oh, I
I
didn't-
had a question, I was gonna, maybe I should have brought it up. How far along are we exactly with, before we're complete? What is it exactly that needs to be done down there
complete with what?
with
The
the sewer
sewer project.
Everything, the whole construction hasn't started.
plant? Right, well, as far as like hauling sludge out,
That's all done, the sludge has been removed.
That's the only thing we've done is the sludge.
Yeah. And then they have to take the liners out and replace them.
yeah, okay.
So that'll be all part of this bid that goes out once,
Yep,
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the liners.
yep.
yeah.
But they can do a lot of changeovers in the building there
Right,
with the pumps and
yeah.
disinfectants.
All right, motion would be in order to leave water and enter the regular select board meeting.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. All right, you had the sheriff's report. Any questions about that? The sheriff has been out and about.
Yes.
These state cops went flying through town yesterday around 4 o'clock. Flying through town.
Yeah, I saw 'em.
They're moving.
Saw them go by. I saw one car anyway.
I saw one and then like 2 seconds later, a second one went by. I was like, whoa.
Oh, it seems like the sheriff's been on the Route 3 there
Yeah,
pretty much
Going out?
every day.
that's good.
Did you see, the sheriff's department caught a couple of them racing down in Clarendon?
Yeah, I saw that.
102 and 110 miles an hour.
Holy,
On the main road on Route 7?
Yes.
wow. Oh, because it's double lane there.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. I think they were the fine was $600 apiece.
God,
What kills me is the ones that get caught speeding and they get pulled over and they don't have a registration or license or
Yes.
any, and it's like, why would you speed when you don't have any of those things?
or license.
Then he
yeah.
gets they get slammed.
Yeah. All right, town managers report.
All right, so I didn't include it in there because half of it's in the agenda and the other half it's easier to put together after. Public Works crew and I met with Earl Simpson and discussed the removal of the water main under Proctor Place. So we looked at it in the building. We have a plan to move it out of the building and reconnect it when it comes down Church Street, bring it along the front of the building, and then reconnect out in the parking lot. So we're gonna go out to bid for that to see what it costs to dig everything up, and we're hoping to do that this spring, so.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
So at least they'll be off, so they can work on their building and not shut the whole street down, so.
Well,
And
and so we don't have to deal with our main being underneath their building.
Right. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know why they did it, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Vermont Railroad did a lot of curb.
Yeah, they did. Yep,
That's why we get curb stop from.
that's right. I heard back from V-Trans on the railroad bridge. They said it's on their radar to inspect our bridge when they start going out for inspections. They'll need to coordinate with the railroad. No specific date yet, coordinating with their regular schedule. I did ask them to let me know what that date was scheduled so I could be available.
So that's like this spring, summer, or?
I'm hoping they start out this spring. I don't know when they'll get to us.
Okay.
But,
Well, I didn't know if that meant this year or they're doing it like.
right, oh yeah, they made it sound like it would be this year, but
They left themselves kind of wide open there.
Yeah.
No date.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't, think-
on their radar,
I don't think we'll be that lucky.
so.
Unless
I agree with you.
Received complaints on lawn damage on 19 Oak Street. Public Works is gonna rake, seed, and hay the stretch along the road once things have dried up. So I received some nasty emails, Lisa did too, and about complaining about that corner. So apparently it was hit by the plow early on, and stakes were put up, and the stakes were still standing, so I don't think they were hit after that, so. One of my items on here is to rewrite the policy for, winter road maintenance.
Is that a repeat on Oak Street?
Yes,
Yeah.
That the one corner that?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
But I also think maybe you want to, speak to the rock or stuff like that, so we don't have a million inquiries and calls about that on
To
people's.
the what? Oh, the
To-
stones?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, so I mentioned it, I think the last time we had a meeting, I mentioned about them using the sand and salt. And the sand is more stone than, it's not sifted like sand. So there's a lot of it on people's edges of their lawns and stuff. And so that's up to the homeowners to take care of. We're not gonna go around raking, if they feel their tax money is justified by going around raking every single property in town, then that's a problem. So, it is what it is. It's winter, sand, salt, you can rake the edge of your property. So, the guys.
but the
aren't
guys
gonna go
will
and do
come
it.
around and kind of clean up the, piles of it as they, on the roads,
They'll clean out our sidewalks and our roads.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and they have been in the past, when there's something's really severely damaged, they'll take care of it. But it's a case by case, and that's why I think it's really important to look at the policy, because, a lot of other towns don't do any damage cleanup, so,
all right, so we'll put that on a future
yes.
agenda.
I wrote to our Senator Sanders, regarding funding, because we get these emails about funding and everything's directed to housing and flooding. And I basically mentioned to him, as I mentioned to you, and we've talked about it with other town managers, about dispersing funds to municipalities, and rather than being classified for things we have no need for, but to have, municipalities decide what that funding should go for, where their greatest needs are. Most towns need sidewalks, paving, infrastructure, and everything's, pigeonholed into housing, and because the governor has to meet his quota, and for flooding, which a lot of towns don't have that damage. So it's just frustrating that that's where all the money goes, and have yet to hear back from him.
Yeah.
So, okay, and I, again, need to look at the editing the town's winter storm and ice clearing operations policy, and also address issues that come up from hard winters. Also, I know the personnel policy was done not long ago, but there's a couple things there I'd like to revisit, just because of the wording is just kind of crazy. So, down the road, I think those two policies I'd like to have us look at.
Maybe we could do policies like in, June or something like that. The agenda shouldn't be so heavy in June.
Right, even like May, June, yeah.
Yeah, someplace in there.
Yeah. Beaver Pond picnic area will be opening April 1st. Public Works is looking for a crew member to join the team, prefers someone with a current CDL. One of our employees is no longer with us. And had a meeting on Mortimer Proctor funding for park lights, but not heard back from them with an answer.
So DPW, they're short-staffed right now by one?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're down one person.
Yeah.
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 All right, can I have that, since you didn't give me one for the minutes?
Oh, I have two in here, which I didn't realize. I printed it and I printed it again.
Just so I can have it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I cheated and didn't.
Judy, some people, don't necessarily have a place to dispose of that crushed stone. If they rake it up, can they bring it down to the transfer station during green up day or dump day? What do you do with the stuff?
I don't know. I don't know where you put it, unless
Yeah,
you put it
that's-
over where like I don't want it in the dumpsters.
No, I'm not saying the dumpster, but over,
Where the
by the
trees
brush
are?
pile. That's
Brush
just,
pile?
that's just the stone,
Right.
and sand.
Right. Yeah, let me run it by the guys, I'll see,
Okay.
but I don't see why that would be a problem.
Put it on a dirt road or something on the Beaver Pond Road. And
Fill in the potholes.
But
Yeah, fill in the pot.
But
We'll
yeah,
buy a
let me
little
ask them.
concrete and fix the trestle bridge.
yeah, they're gonna be picking up it by the yards here in the town park. There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
But,
All right. The other thing that, I wanted to talk about under reports, or no, I guess under old or new business. Is that all you had?
Yep.
Was the timber harvest fund. So, it seems like historically those funds have just been dumped into the general and then used to, I guess, essentially buy down the tax rate. We don't have a huge amount of money from that harvest, like 100 and,
From the one in Florence,
Yeah.
I think it was 667,000.
okay. So I think we should get into the habit to keeping that, separate and using those funds for, projects that maybe we haven't, budgeted for, or things that come up. $160,000 isn't gonna change your tax rate much across the entire town.
No.
So, and when we harvest in Chittenden, which we should be getting a report on that, right? Sometime this summer?
Yeah, he's supposed to be going up this spring when he can walk through there.
Yeah, that, and we get those funds, obviously those funds just stay in water, have to be used for water, but that we should really be looking at infrastructure and using those for water projects. But I think the last time when I talked to him downstairs, we harvested, the harvest money, just got dumped into the general. And I really think that when you harvest, that money should be used for something specific, and it should be used for infrastructure, or if we decide that, when they talk about paving, we're gonna do crack sealing or something like that. I don't know if they've spoken to anybody about that yet. That fund should be used like that for a project to enhance the town, rather than just showing a surplus at the end of the year, because it really isn't a surplus, it's a revenue.
Right.
That shouldn't show as a surplus.
Right.
So,
Yep, it should be a revenue fund that keeps accumulating, so if we keep harvesting, it just keeps going into the fund, so.
yeah, but I don't think it's my understanding, it's just in the general, it's not like it's in a separate,
I think there's a line item for that, for that force, and that's what she puts it under possibly,
I don't know.
which is in the general fund.
Yeah, and the past one, the money just got dumped in there and it wasn't allocated for anything, it was just showed as surplus then.
Oh, I don't know, that was,
Well, that was when Stan was here and there were some, I probably could pull that letter up with the different numbers for because there were a couple harvests. But I just think going forward that money should be, show simply as a revenue and should be separate, shouldn't show as a surplus at year end out of the general. And then if something happens and we need to fix something or do something, then at least you have that money that isn't, tax, it's not money that you tax extra on, it's money that should be used to enhance the town. I think that's why the forests were left, to the town, to certain, entities, and I think that's what it should be used for.
yeah, it definitely should be a surplus.
I like that idea, because already we're talking about the Chittenden timber harvest.
Yeah.
We're looking at, generators for some of our pump stations.
Well, you're looking at the
We're
water
looking-
project over
Yeah,
there.
we're looking at the
That-
water
that's
project,
not
and
gonna
we're
be
already
cheap.
talking about, shut-offs, possibly
Yeah.
doing shut-offs, using some of that money. So, I mean, there's a need for it,
Yeah.
and two, you can think ahead and plan for those projects. And we can still go around, with our portable generator and do it the way we've been, but there's a much more efficient way, cost-effective way of just putting in the generators, but we gotta come up with the money for the generator. So that works, that will work good. And the same thing can, be applied to the general,
Yeah.
the municipal side of the budget.
Sure.
The highway, and like you say, allocate, look at the projects that you wanna get done.
Yeah.
And then if you've got the money, then you can do it.
Yeah, because I don't want us to have to set, we know, not this year, but the following year, because bond payments come due, what, a year after it's done? So that it's going to increase, because we're gonna have, and that we are increasing sewer or water to, make these infrastructure improvements that should have been made some time ago, when we know property taxes are going up. So we need to try to find some way to level some things out. And I think that we've been pretty responsible in not raising water and wastewater and keeping those current, but we do know, looking forward, doing the project at the wastewater treatment facility, that there's going to have to be an increase because you're gonna have to make bond payments. So, okay, I just wanted to.
And
throw
then
that
tracking
out.
too, when they're in a fund like that, it's easier to track.
Yeah,
When it goes into the general
100%.
fund, and that somebody asks us, where'd you spend $160,000,
Yeah.
from timber harvest? Well,
Yeah,
it's, on these projects, but,
okay,
It'll be easier to keep track of.
yeah.
okay. All right, anything else? If not, I have my little, where's my cheat sheet? I buried it in all this stuff. I thought I kept it to the top. Oh, there we go. A motion would be in order based on the advice of council and pursuant to 1 VSA 313A 1F that premature general public knowledge concerning confidential attorney-client communications made for the purpose of providing professional legal services to the town regarding potential litigation would place the town at a substantial disadvantage.
So moved.
Second,
Second?
all those in favor?
Uh,
And a motion to enter into executive session at 6:55 pursuant to 1 VSA 31381F for the purpose of engaging in confidential attorney-client communications, and that we invite the town's attorney, Shap Smith, what is it? PACIF General Counsel,
Passive.
passive, Philip Woodward, and Town Manager Judy Fraser to join executive session.
Moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?